Hello, hello. Discord message before the stream started. Pog. Yeah, it's one of those things where like I usually would still not BT2. Yeah, I completely forgot. It's been a day. Sorry, but I like started new meds this weekend or whatever, and I don't think they're hitting me as well as the old ones were. So like, I don't know, not running as functional right now, and then just some like other stress shit or whatever. So didn't really get that done today. Forgot to do it this weekend. You had way too many beans yesterday. I couldn't sleep because you were farting so much. That usually makes my like yeah, like your stomach like gurgling and all that kind of stuff too would keep me up. Not necessarily the farts themselves, but like the stomach pain from having a bunch of farts. Hi, Goose. Okay. Alright, we left off and we were just about to talk to this guy. Alright. That's why you ate so many. Beans are so good. Alright, whatever. Alright. Let's talk to... So we were about to talk to this guy last time and didn't, because the stream ran out of time. So we'll talk to him today. The last guy was super racist.
Hello. What can I do for you, officer?
Also, I got the goose near the modem again, so that's great. So if the stream dies all of a sudden, it's because the cat fucked with the modem. He gets up. Oh yeah, we told him his wife was girlfriend. I'm not sure their relationship entirely, but we told them, told him she was looking for him because he wasn't the most friendly. What do I think about Bob Saget? I think that he died. That's about it.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for him.
Why is it hard?
Good question. Being a Phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there?
Yeah.
And I suspect it may have also developed other specialized techniques to protect itself from predators or scientists in our present case.
Alright. What are the specialized techniques? Can I become a Phasmid?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex.
Wasn't there a cult that worshipped Bob Saget? Was there? That sounds interesting. You don't remember where it was from, but it was a thing from something. Okay. I expect more details on that. Yeah, Jan doesn't know it either. Your boss finally sent out an email about COVID because Salt Lake County respirator mandate went into effect. Oh, nice. What was the email? That you all have to go to work and no one's allowed to wear masks?
But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolve, without studying a live specimen.
He did not seem very favorable towards the mandate and said he would give his thoughts on the COVID situation soon. That would be illegal. What would be illegal? The mandate or him telling you what he thinks you guys should do regardless of the mandate. Also, respirator mandate, not mask.
A ghost insect, he said? These people are looking for a ghost.
Ah, so you guys are just looking for ghosts?
No, that is precisely what we're not. We are zoological specialists, looking for an extant species of Phasmid.
Has to be a N95 or KN95, unless you don't have one. Yeah, I mean, like, we only have some throwaway KN95s. But, like, the nicer masks were kind of more expensive, I thought. And also they were, like, making sure that people who worked in healthcare had them, so then, like, they were sold out super hard. And people buying them and hoarding them. Or places selling them online, even though they're not actually N95 or KN95, they're just normal masks. A lot of weird things with that. How big is the Phasmid?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of Phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
He leaves the conclusion up to me. Yeah, I basically, there's a job that a friend works at that sounds absolutely horrible and is super underpaid and sounds very stressful and shitty. And I have an interview for it, like, coming up. I already passed the, like, test, and then the interviews just, they're basically gonna hire me. Supposedly they do drug testing, and I'm definitely not leaving my house to go do a drug test. So I'm, like, already getting prepared to, like, ask them if I can do a home test, and if they say no, probably not getting the job. But, like, at this point, like, I also, like, just haven't been able to find a job, so it's been frustrating. Why are you so interested in the stick bug? Aren't there normal sensational animals around here?
typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for.
Just go get Omicron? I mean, you know, there's a part of me that, like, is thinking about it, but, part of the issue is also I have high blood pressure. I'm part of, like, the high risk category. There's the fact that I have high blood pressure. I'm obese is the second one. And then the third one is they're unsure if our disease makes us, like, immune compromised or not. And, like, based on how horribly ill I get and the fact that I usually get sick horribly every year is kind of making me think that, like, they're still labeling us as weakened immune system because of our genetic thing. So, like, I got 3 things going that, like, and the obesity is a big one. There's a lot of stuff coming out right now that's like, yeah, fat people die. It doesn't matter. So it's just like, yeah, I'm losing weight. I've lost, like, I don't know, like 15 fucking pounds in the past 2 months or whatever. So, like, I'm working on it. You also have high blood pressure in our disease, but I'm slightly less fat, so you do have more risk. Yeah.
Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian Phasmid would be the apex of of any cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defenses, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
Yeah, I just think, too, like, I also been dealing with a lot of mental health issues, and, like, I literally, like, can't sleep unless I'm taking anxiety meds. So, like, I don't think putting myself in that situation is gonna be good for me. I'm, like, pretty fucked up. And then, I don't know, like, yeah, like, even though I have vaccines, I just don't feel safe, and that's the most important thing to me right now, is just feeling safe.
Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
Everyone had, like, 2-day colds besides Mom. She's the only one that was non-boosted. I mean, Yeah, but I'm also fatter than everyone else on that list by, like, quite a bit. I have, like, fucking 40 pounds on Dad. So no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
Dad's big, he could join the circus. I know how big Dad is. Yeah, world's fattest vegan for sure, but, like, I'm also way heavier than that dude. I'm not kidding. I have, like, he told me how much he weighed, and I was like, oh, I'm like 40 pounds heavier than that dude. Like, it wasn't a joke. It's probably less now that I've lost 15, but, like, dude, I'm like the fattest person I know.
It's clear that his obsession with the Phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
He doesn't actually weigh 160. No, he was telling me he weighs like 200, 210 or somewhere in that range. And then, like, I don't know, a couple months ago I stepped on the scale and it was like 265. And I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ, dude. And now it's down in the 240s, but, like, I still got ways to go. I'm still way overweight. It's really bad. Pandemic's been horrible for me. I gained, like, fucking 50 pounds in the past 2 years.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian Phasmid is more than mere superstition.
So, because I found out I have, you know, ADHD, being fat is, like, a part of that. And, like, people who have undiagnosed ADHD and untreated sometimes end up very overweight. And when I'm on my meds, I am not hungry, like, at all. And so I'm able to just not eat as much. And then I only eat, like, one meal a day that covers, like, 1,200 calories. And then I'm good for the day. And then I'm done. So, like, that's why I've been losing so much weight, is because I got medicated. Because my brain is fucking broken. Lena said that there's been sightings of it here in Martinique.
Yes, the most recent sighting was by a couple of teenagers along the coast here. That's what brought us to Martinique specifically. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Have I ever had a colonoscopy? No, I have not. I've had gangrene. Does that count? Maybe it died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
What?
He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive.
Cole's getting one this week and you're excited for them. They're horrible. Yeah, I remember you had to get one, right? I think it would be worse for you and me, though, with our sensitive genetic problems. Males reproducing without males, travesty, crime of passion, gross. This arouses no special feelings in me. Oh, that's neat.
Yes,
Just whatever.
Indian Phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
I think the worst thing you've experienced in your life, other people get raw butts too. But yeah, our condition made it far worse for sure. Yeah. Seems terrible. I hope I never have to go do that. Tell me more about these traps.
They may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
I mean, it also depends, Jan, if you, experienced any sort of, like, Like, yeah, if you've never messed with your butt, it might have been a horrible experience. But if you know, have a special someone in your life, and maybe that will help you deal with that next time you have to get one, your colonoscopy. Oh, Lena did these?
Yes.
He says that with some pride. How do they work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the Phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out.
You'll have to, unless you die at 40. What? It's like the episode of Pokemon where Charmander almost dies. What? Ash keeps him alive and earns his respect by rubbing his hands raw. I know you gotta get your prostate exam done, but like, you need a colonoscopy before you're 40?
At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
What's bait?
Locusts. Nearly all known phasmids are herbivores, of course. But we've hypothesized that the Insulindian phasmid might occasionally prey on other insects.
You think 50 is the colonoscopy number for men, but we should get one earlier because we have a disease? Yeah, I mean, I should just go to a doctor in general too, right? But, you know, pandemic and all.
Inside the traps, a number of locusts crawl and tumble over one another in a tiny, chittering swarm. A meat-eating stick insect? Does it pretend to be the reeds as part of its ambush behavior? This seems unlikely.
You had polyps, which are basically precancerous growths, when you were 22. Yeah, what made you go to get that checked out, though? What were you experiencing that was like, I gotta go to a doctor, and then they found that out, and then signed you up for a colonoscopy? Carnivorous stick insect? Seems unlikely.
Thank you for your opinion. We have also included plant material in the traps to satiate your skepticism.
What will you do if the traps don't work?
They'll work, I assure you. The predatory hypothesis, using locusts as bait, accounts for the failure of previous efforts by other teams, which use plants. We have given this some thought.
You want to get your butthole bleeding checked out to make sure it wasn't anything else. Interesting.
The traps do seem to be deftly and thoughtfully constructed. It's clear the cryptozoologist's wife knows what she's doing.
Something else.
What?
Lena wants you home.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps.
Imagine it's like someone's first time in the stream and like this is the conversation we're having. Like, just like a new person pops in. It's supposed to be awful for them. Or entertaining. I don't know.
My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
It looks south where Lena would be.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Didn't know the Phasma was so important to Lena.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
She's seen it?
Really?
Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine.
Coughs then continues.
Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian Phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Maybe go back now, warm up, and come back later?
No, no, no. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. would we do if the Phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
Can't find the story of... I would is sagetism, but I know it's sagetism anywhere and it's killing you. How do you just make up a Saget cult? I'm gonna guess out of like the 5 TV shows Kelly saw growing up, that like... It was probably like a post on 4chan that got like reposted somewhere else, Cal.
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
We want to do trap setting? What if I do it?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Chaos is my method, I am its sky.
I'd really appreciate the help.
Then they found out his stand-up is also super raunchy. Yeah, if you ever watch his old stand-up from way back when, it does not age well at all. It's pretty messed up. Where are the traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them...
He gestures to the trap in front of him.
You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
Aren't you having fun, Keb?
Even relative to examining a weak old corpse, I'm not sure mucking about in the reeds qualifies as fun. But have it your way, detective.
Aw, yeah, he doesn't think it's fun, but he's down to party. What do I do if there's a Phasmid?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
You know what else didn't age well? You. Yeah, I agree.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that he
It's mean.
find.
I think you aged fine.
He's lying about this even to himself.
What if I encounter it in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event
Sorry,
you
Jan.
do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
Lay it on me thick. Armpits. Douses me with an odd-smelling spray, a double helping as you present your other armpit, and then gives you a satisfied nod.
This is the smell of dying reeds, of longing crumbling into the water.
You didn't get immediately rejected from that Scottsdale job, which is a good sign. Last time you applied using this government job website, you got declined before they even closed the applications. Yeah, you probably got declined by just like an auto thing. And this time, I bet, like you said, is true. That guy put in a word for you. Or maybe having his name on your resume worked in some way. And so they're moving you to in process at least.
I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
He looks at the lieutenant with disdain, then puts the spray bottle back in his pocket. Alright, let's get to it.
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back to the boiling.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
Yeah, it has you hopeful. Yeah, hopefully you get it. I hope it all works out, dude. That'd be sick.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too.
You noticed a couple of typos on your resume I attached, though, although that's just repeat information of all the boxes I had to fill out. And those are typo free, so hopefully they don't notice those. Yeah.
But what if the information is vital? On the hunt.
I mean, like, how bad are the typos? You just, like, misspell your name and the word engineer in any, like, what are the typos? I think missing, like, an M or something in, like, a word or something's, like, kind of fine, but, like, misspelling words is, like, more weird. How did you become a crypto?
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
Oh, so you're living out your dream.
It's not child's play, just because I have to traipse through the mud every so often.
Why not just be a zoologist? Real animals are puzzling too.
Real. I know you think one is a respectable profession, while the other is superstition. Everyone does.
It's just its job.
Indeed. My methods do not differ from other scientists. I simply draw upon a wider variety of evidence. And I have more hope that something truly surprising might happen.
And has that happened?
No, as I said, I have yet to catch a cryptid, although I have come close. Close enough to keep trying.
It's not what he said, but alright.
Interesting. Something for later, this close call.
What evidence do you use?
Everything from forgotten regional lore to newspaper accounts, like the one that brought us here, to look for the Phasmid. I keep a very open mind.
I'm probably going to take my Scrum Master certification this week, and then rework my resume and stuff to start applying to Scrum Master positions, junior Scrum Master positions, to try and start that career path if I can.
He's interested in things that people believe that scientists don't.
You think other scientists don't listen to ordinary people enough?
Most establishment scientists only care about reputation and remuneration, not real research, and certainly not the truth. They're a cowardly lot, and both the field and basement archives can be dangerous places.
This is also a problem, when I was in school, this was a problem for, like, environmentalism and geology, where, like, common people would be like, there's this, like, really weird, like, thing, or, like, whatever, like, happening, or the rocks here are odd, or something, and, like, nobody would ever listen to them, because they always got, like, people who would say something's neat, and then show up, and then it's not. So they started, I know at the university I went to, they started having, like, a week that people could come and show up with a rock or something weird that they found and show it to scientists for a week. And so that way they stop getting bombarded year round. I thought that was just, like, a good idea. Because there's an odd chance that someone did find something interesting. So you've never discovered a cryptid?
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name, cryptid.
Interesting rocks. Yeah, rocks can be interesting. Meteorites are a big one. A lot of people think they found meteorites, and it's really not. But all meteorites are, like, a big find for a lot of people and to be studied. And then a lot of people think they found, like, fossils and stuff too in rocks, which is a whole different department, but they bring it to the geology department because they do that and the other group doesn't. And then I don't know, like, some people think they find gold or other nonsense, and so they bring what they thought they found, and some people, you know, find crystals and other weird stuff. Rock talk. You asked. You gave me interesting rocks and then a huh with your emote. How many cryptids have been found?
A list of cryptids kept by the Cryptozoological Society of Chemney. which is 4,082 items long. About 2,000 have been confirmed as hoaxes. 2 are categorized as confirmed discoveries. The rest are in differing stages of discovery, refutation, and data collection.
I mean, if they 2 counted, and they, like, that means the work matters. Only 2 proven real?
Yes, the Chateau Quan forest pygmy, who turned out to be an extinct species of primate, and a cave salamander from Grad, who is, honestly, quite unremarkable. It's in a zoo somewhere.
You slammed some girl at a bar one time because she said if she could go back to school, she would study geology. It was hilarious. Yeah. As, like, I don't know, geology's a weird one, and it's, like, it's getting, like, more weird as time goes on, but, a lot of geologists get, like, hired out to, like, other countries nowadays, to, like, oversee, like, mining operations and, like, that kind of stuff. That or just scientific study research, and stuff. But, like, I don't know, geology's pretty a lot here, like, studying earthquakes, and, like, people go out and do research stuff on, like, trying to figure out why mountains are formed, or why things are shaped the way they are. I think it's an interesting field to study.
We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves. More so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
My only problem with the environmental jobs and, like, geology jobs, which I totally qualify for, is, like, most of them, like, when they're hiring young people, or, like, fresh college grads, they're like, yo, come do this job where you're gonna have to fucking go hiking out in the middle of nowhere and die in the desert. Which is, like, it was really bad, this summer, like, young, fresh college grad geologist kid died, or went missing, but is presumed dead, out in the desert somewhere. And then, like, pretty much after that story happened, I started seeing, like, you know, a lot of job postings for that, where they were trying to hire 2 more geologists. Or, like, my degree worked for it too, environmentalists. Because buddy system, and that they sent that kid out without a buddy, so they were getting a lot of flack. 2 out of 4,000, it's not even 1%. I don't even know what to say, it's a small number. I mean, yeah, but, like, the fact that they proved that 2 of the things, and they proved that 2,000 were hoaxes, mean that there is a point to being a cryptozoologist. Yeah, let's hope that this one's the 3rd, dude.
Indeed. If our expedition is successful, every paper in the world will report on it. From Revachol to Dushantu. It will be a zoological miracle.
If you can't do 95% of your work from the toilet, it's worthless. If you think about it, geology is one of the few sciences where licking can be part of it. It's true. Eat dirt. You get to eat dirt if you're a geologist.
The hair on your arms stand up.
All my wizard power.
Sounds like reeds hissing.
My wizard powers are gonna tell me that the cryptoid's real.
He has clearly done his math on this.
Look.
There is no surprising him or swaying his opinion.
Wizard powers tell me it's real.
Yes.
It's part of geotechnical engineering too. I ate sand in a lab in school. Yeah, it's all part of it. You gotta eat stuff when you do geo things. Shivers is the cryptid. I'm the cryptid. He said it was arm size. I have an arm. Let's talk specific cryptids.
Right. What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what.
We would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it.
Offered
to help.
Which cryptid did you almost catch?
A willow person. It's a long story. One non-specialist would find rather dull.
Willow people? Not at all.
What's willow people?
They're not people, really. Some argue they aren't really animals. as they seem to have evolved directly from trees.
Kelly, can you change the... I don't know if you're busy, but can you change the Twitch thing to just say, to be becoming a cryptozoologist as our stream title? I didn't know what I was doing, so I just named it that. If you don't have a good sieve system to analyze soil composition, to then putting it in your mouth is a legit way to tell the difference between sand and clays. Yeah, I took a whole class on soil science. Just the entire class was soil. And learning about soil composition and how to do scientific research related to soil. That professor and the TA both, every time I got like one of the highest grades in the class, and they both told me I did a really good job, and that a lot of the work that I submitted was very different than anything they've ever received before, and that I could have a career if I wanted to continue trying to be a soil scientist, because my ideas were good for the projects that I had to do every like 2 weeks.
They're very, very thin, almost flat in fact, and can camouflage themselves easily, wrapping themselves around trees and blending in with the tree bark. In that way, they're not too dissimilar from the Phasmid we're looking for here.
But basically, the projects I worked on, I would listen to his lecture videos, and then if he like offhandedly mentioned something, like I would then look into that and like make my entire project about some thing he just kind of briefly mentioned or like kind of skimmed past or whatever. And then I would just give it like an in-depth, you know, the project you were supposed to do was based on what we were learning for those 2 weeks. You were supposed to have like come up with a type of research you would do in that related thing, and like be it like physical weathering or chemical weathering, that kind of stuff. Come up with like a research idea and write down how it would work, what like scientific instruments you would use, how you would use them, what you think your measurements would be based on like where you're doing the research, and like coming up basically with research ideas was basically the whole class. And so I got A's on all of them, and he told me they were like really good ideas. Could have had an easy career in academia studying dirt. Yeah, the problem with that is I would have to go to graduate school and then like get a doctorate degree for anyone to take me seriously, and I fucking hate school. And so there's that. I may have seen willow people without knowing.
You probably have.
How'd you almost catch a person?
Gary and I painted an entire grove's worth of trees in slow-drying paints. It was a bright lavender colour. I was hoping one of the willow people would get paint on it and not be able to camouflage itself. After waiting in hiding for hours, I saw a figure slip from one of the trees, a lavender shadow dashing through the grove.
Yeah, it's more just a matter of like time and money, too. Because soil scientists and geologists who work in academia don't really make a lot of money. They go and work for like mining industry and stuff for a lot of their young years, and then once they've made a shitload of money or lost their job because a mine shut down or whatever, then they look into academics. But it's actually like a weird career path trying to do it at all. It's not great.
I chased it with a net. Not very elegant. You can't be elegant in the field. And, well, it was faster than me.
A lot of the academia science stuff, too, uses a lot of other countries because they want to... a lot of times when they're studying dirt, they try to find areas that are, like, uncontaminated by humans. So you gotta go out to, like, the middle of fucking nowhere to set up your research stuff. unless you're actively researching the effect of humans. But even then, you still have to find something that's in the same biome, on the same elevation, in an area that has the same amount of rainfall, and study has the same I forget what it is, same subterranean rock layer or whatever that all of their dirt is based on, and then try to come up with studies based on that. It's a whole thing. So you would have to literally travel around the world to be a scientist in that way. You contaminate your uncontaminated dirt by studying it.
A lavender shade.
It's mostly contaminating it through sewage and people building in the area and stuff, and if there's an area that people built cities in and all that, and you're studying the dirt near that, there's a good chance that a lot of the top layer dirt is bullshit left over from construction and stuff. Imagine how much funnier it'd be if the emote was there.
I know you think we were snacking on funny mushrooms. It's easier to mock someone than to admit that the world might be more interesting than you've imagined.
What do you want me to do, Jan? I'll do it right now. I already have it on this. I think I have it activated on my Twitch as well, but I can look. Yeah, we can do it right now. We're doing it right now. That's what we're doing. Fucking shit. Where do you want me to go? Tell me your wisdom. Do I need to add it in my Twitch extensions? Yeah, I know you can't see. Just tell me.
Furthermore, I'm not saying it was a confirmed sighting. I'm painfully aware of what goes into verifying such things. There is a serious possibility that I saw a squirrel or a trick of the light. I am my own harshest critic.
Go to the website and log in. Is there a better TTV website? Okay. Better TTV. I'm already logged in on it. Now what? Default logged into it already. I already went to it today.
He makes it a real point here to sound falsifiable.
And Lena's sighting of the Phasmid is...
Confirmed. It's 100% verified and meets all the standards of an authentic cryptid sighting.
Gary told me about a rhino.
Did he? That one's a hoax. Some Seraise rice farmers set fire to rhinoceros cadavers and use them to scare tourists.
Dan, I'm logged in on their website. What now? Have you told Gary this?
Many times. It always turns into an argument. I don't want to repeat it. The rhino holds a special place in his heart. Let it. Myths are part of my field.
What if other cryptids are hoaxes?
Many of them probably are. Statistically speaking, about 20% of all cryptids are verified hoaxes. Uncovering falsehoods deliberately fabricated to...
I already have it, John.
My calling.
Installed on my browser.
Species.
I can remove it, is what the button says. So, there we go. I have it installed. That part is done. And was already done.
If perhaps slightly less enjoyable.
See, Kim, there's a hoax.
Which one?
He hasn't been paying attention. Burning Rhino.
The burning rhino is where they draw the line.
We're gonna change Kim's entire worldview by finding this cryptid. Okay, IDKY, I didn't remove it, Jan. I'm just saying I could. The button's there. But I had already had it downloaded, is what I'm saying. What if you're wrong? What if it's real?
Doubt that. Once confirmed a hoax, so-called sightings of the rhino stopped. Was there anything else?
There's, you're not allowed to post links in the chat, Jane. It's to prevent bots. So just tell me what, to Google to pull up that site. Tell me about a cool cryptid.
No offense, officer, but I'm not much of a pedagogue. I don't know what I would have done if Lena hadn't persuaded me to go back to field research. You should ask her if you want interesting stories. Me? I'm not a people person, unless you haven't noticed. And I don't make a good lecturer. My strength lies in field work and persistence.
Brushes an errant strand of hair from his eyes. Yeah, it's like blocked by Twitch super hard. I have a setting because then bots would come in here and post links constantly, which they've already tried to do a couple times. And then some people post like phishing links and all that kind of stuff too. So like never gonna have websites available for anyone.
By all means.
You know, Gary was hiding the armor.
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm still cross with him, to be honest. It's not like him. He's got his quirks, but dishonesty, disloyalty are not one of them.
It seems like they are.
Thanks.
Alright, well, we exhausted his dialogue. Alright, let's go. Game is saving. So he said to the northeast, and to the south is Lena, so that means this way. Yeah, here it is.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Put the cog on my Twitch chat. Okay. With better TTV settings. Also, did my audio die, or is that just you? Did my audio die? Around?
Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently.
Cal hears it, but she's never confident in answering people, period. So, that means it's fine and it's on your end, Jan.
When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows.
I see better TTV settings on this. It won't let me. Oh, okay. Emotes are more advanced. Emote menu for Twitch on. Play sounds for messages directed at you. No thanks. Ends the last messages. Enable scrolling. Twitch players. Change blah. Alternately, it's background messages. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, I think I activated Jan. Maybe. You want to try tossing a Pepe hands out there? There you go. Reach for the trap.
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
No need to grin. I'm not expecting to find anything. We're just helping someone.
I meant no offense, just...
Lieutenant doesn't know how to finish the sentence. He looks at you putting the trap back on the ground. Yeah, Kim, don't be a dick. We're just being friendly. Now you can go to the website and enable up to 15 of any emote ever uploaded to the website. But you have all globals. Nice, thanks. Alright, well. Maybe we'll check this one last, I guess, is what he told me to do. Because that'll probably be the one. What's that? Let's go, Oh yeah, I forgot we can't, like, map scroll. I can't have Pepe Hands Global. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. You can also go to that one to enable those. I don't really have any preference on what ones are visible or not. So if you have a preference, feel free to tell me. And then I can meet on the Discord, and then maybe I can add those later. And then I'll post like on like the about page, I'll post like a link of, not a link, but like a thing of which ones work and which ones don't.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds, another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place.
Look around.
The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here, near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
Reach for the trap.
This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap.
That takes note, more out of habit than duty. Maybe the next one's the lucky one. Oh, I fucking cut his dialogue short there. I feel like a dick. You can find One Piece ones if I wanted or something. I don't know, I don't really talk about One Piece too much. I might, depending on how much effort I want to put into it, I might try to find emotes for whatever game I'm playing at the time, if I'm gonna be playing a game for a while. Like, I'm already probably like, I don't know, halfway through Disco. I don't even fucking know. But there's probably I'll probably like play some popular games occasionally, and there's probably emotes all for those. Like if I play, still debating on if I'm playing Nier Automata next or not. I have some friends who like want me to play it, but still just not sure if I'm going to, because it's a time commitment. Might want to play a shorter game first, after playing a long game, but we'll see. Seems Walker was either confused, drunk, or out of his mind. All three.
This trap's not too hard to spot, once you know what to look for. Keeping it hidden has not been a priority for the cryptozoologist.
Look around.
The reeds bend forlornly toward the water. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks, sickly pale against the darkness. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold.
Rat.
Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done.
His face is red. He crouches to catch his bat. Are you getting tired?
No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just...
Short-winded than the sentence ends. Decades-old concrete defenses, children play on them now. Okay. Alright, let's head back to the original one. You could also... Oh, it's good to know that there's no extension for that, so I don't waste my time making an about thing. Yeah, if that's a thing, maybe I'll start having emotes. And adding them and removing them per game I'm playing, if the game is popular enough that people have already made emotes for it. I'm not gonna go out of my way to make some fucking emotes for it. Not until we become Twitch affiliated. Then we'll worry about having emotes.
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality.
Talos emote? Yeah, we'll probably have like a Talos or Goose. Once we're an affiliate and like have some permanent Twitch emotes that we can have, probably have a Talos and Goose.
The reeds hiss and shake in the darkness that has settled over the abandoned camp. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow.
They're here.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locust. No Phasmid either, but still.
It's empty. Morale didn't leave it. Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked the trap up and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
Something messed with it.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
But what if it was that it got out?
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We are not cryptozoologists. We are cops.
Ooh. Yeah, Talos emote. Yeah. It'll probably be his little sick face, too. Or his tongue's out. Probably be the emote. You gonna get stick bug? Honestly, I like Gnomed better, since they were both basically like a similar meme. But stick bug was pretty good. Oh yeah, we can teleport from here. Gotta remember I can do that. Nope, wrong button. This one. Map. Travel. That was the same place we were just at. Nope, it wasn't. Okay, cool. Any thoughts on the new Armored Core? I don't know. Armored Core sounds familiar, but I don't know.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Doing my job.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull, with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the Phasmid, of course, is more important.
Phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Thought you were looking for a magic stick bug. Never mind, I didn't follow the cryptozoologist story well, so you're thinking about Saget. You can make emotes, not a bad idea. Start establishing a community identity. Yeah, I mean, it would help too if, like, you know, like 1 or 2 other people were here other than you and Kel every time, but like on top of that, not other. You both are great. You should be. I wish you guys were here every time. But it'd be nice if there was like 1 other person too. Just like some rando we don't actually know that decided to like my content and hang around. Yeah, I gotta start somewhere. It's true. Already sitting here with 3 viewers is better than most people, to be honest.
Ramblings. Nonsense. Your description of the Phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
Measuring things is important. How did she get the size?
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
I believe it puts you in the top 80% of Twitch streamers or something. Yeah, I mean, only 10% of streamers make it to affiliate. And then 10% of affiliates make it to partner.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Where was this and how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5 and a half in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
Alright, well, now what happened?
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it.
You really shouldn't have ate more beans today. That was so dumb. There was a time where I ate like nothing but beans for every meal for like 4 days. And it was like Kelly was gonna have friends over to her new apartment for the first time when she lived in her like last apartment. And like I had gone there before she was like done with work to like hang out and like help clean and like all that kind of stuff. And also that way I wouldn't have to, I'd be able to park there without like having problems if I showed up later. But yeah, I just like was in there farting the whole time and her apartment fucking reeked like so bad. It was disgusting. Really funny though.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Came home and my apartment just smelled terrible. It was oppressive and horrible. When Cole was living with Dad, I was hanging out one time after eating Chipotle 4 times in 3 days and had the craziest farts of my life. Each one was like 30 seconds long and musical. Did it smell awful too?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
My shit don't stank. Sure.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian Phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
It did, yes. like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
I have to pee super bad, and I can't pause this game or like put it into like be right back mode because for some reason YouTube's been flagging those scenes on this game specifically as copyright infringement. I don't know why. So I'm just gonna be right back, so you'll back. Is this just what is this pee supposed to be? Snow? Just snow? Alright. Alright, yeah, we're back. Had to pee. Sorry. Didn't pee before stream. Okay. So you guys are out of date.
Our first, yes.
She looks at her husband tenderly.
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express, even to him. Interesting.
Trauma. Slims are white.
All of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
There wasn't a P one, but it's close. Yeah. I guess. I looked at that and was like, oh, is that supposed to be like P? Rain might have been better if there's a raining one. How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
What if it is the case?
What do you think, Kim?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
Alright, thanks for sharing.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
Kim is so diplomatic. Yeah, Kim's a nice boy. Alright, let's do it!
There's
Nice.
no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask.
Tell me.
Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza.
Okay, Kim.
He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Ooh, tough choice there.
Is this a cryptid?
No, it's the cryptid.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Small silvery skull shines between your fingers. Its beak is sharp.
The eight-eyed teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered, with a wingspan of 11.5 meters. It was thought to have gone extinct 3,500 years ago. Some even doubted the fossils were real. A mutation, they said. Until...
I like the Jamrock Shuffle comments because it's why is the player as stupid as they are? Instead, it's like, oh no, the Precinct 41 has a specific, this is how they work. I don't think that's racist. It's like hearing about how, like, another school does this, like, ritual before a football game or something, or, like, how people from this school are trained to do things this way while other people are trained to do it this way. It's not really racism so much as it is, like...
Mutation? All of evolution is a mutation.
Until
it was cited by renowned Gottwaldian explorer and naturalist Uwe Plattenkalk in 21.
No, it's racist, but racist is all cap. Jamrock racist stream. I don't think calling it the Jamrock Shuffle is racist when it's just a specific thing that cops from a specific precinct do. I mean, if it was in terms of relating it to all people of Jamrock, and that all people from Jamrock are a certain way, then, like, maybe that's racist?
This renown seems a bit dubious. Your own catalogue comes up completely empty. But, of course, you are not all-knowing.
Like, I don't know, it's about as racist as saying, like, people from New York, Waka Waka, or, those Californians, or whatever. Stuff like that, right? People from Flagstaff. Like, you know, it's all that kind of same attitude that people have in real life. Tell me.
It happened on a botanical expedition into the vast and unexplored Oamrau Canyon in southeast Ilmara. Dr. Plattenkalk got separated from his group during a sandstorm.
Yeah, I mean, like, arguably it's all, like, racism, but I guess it just depends on how offended people are by it. Right? And Umario?
The world's largest canyon system, sweetie. It's a barren waste east of the Erg Desert. An ancient riverbed completely dried up.
What happened?
Alone in the blasted desert heat, the doctor wandered eastward, where man hasn't stepped foot in over 1,000 years, since the fall of Pericarnassus.
Okay.
He was lost, without any navigation equipment, and desperately low on water. After a day or two, he noticed a bird high in the noon sky. A great black bird. It seemed gargantuan.
Okay.
Every now and then, the bird would dive down to feed on an animal carcass somewhere on the horizon. But by the time Uwe got there, the Teratorn had taken off already, and the carcass was picked clean. This happened many times.
So he was following it?
Yes, or rather, hunting. A bird that big has a lot of blood in it, and he was dying of thirst. For many days, Dr. Plattenkalk followed the Teratorn until they reached a great canyon wall where the bird finally landed to rest. The professor climbed up there with a rock in his hand. He found the bird sleeping with his head tucked under its wing, a great black pile of feathers on the perch. So he approached, slowly squeezing the rock in his fist.
Watch out.
Then the Teratorn suddenly looked at him. He could see it had 8 eyes, 4 on either side of its skull, like a spider. And the man couldn't move. He was paralyzed, frozen into place with the rock in his hand. Whatever he did, he could not get closer to the bird.
It's like the dragon god. Why?
The bird was controlling his mind. kept him from approaching. He could step back, but every time he stepped forward, paralysis. Uva spent 3 days trying until the bird flew away.
How did he survive?
The 8-eyed Tetatorn was indifferent to him, as long as he didn't get closer than 2 steps. It even let him feed on some carcasses up there, and the 2 unfertilized eggs it left behind.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Absolutely, sweetie. Cryptozoologists have been tracing it ever since, but Wamrao is vast, mysterious, and holds many secrets.
Modern radar telemetry shows great promise. We will confirm this one by the end of the decade, latest.
This one I liked. Not only does it have 8 eyes, and is a living fossil, and the largest bird ever to live, it also does mind control.
He's sincere. He likes the audacity of it.
That's good. Good for you, Kim. So that was the last anyone saw it?
Sadly, yes. But there are numerous reports of 8-eyed bird skulls from Ilmara. And then there's the striking resemblance to the Pericarnassian imperial eagle, an ancient heraldic symbol that is hard to pass off as coincidence. The imperial eagle, too, had 8 eyes.
Not really. It's just stylization. The way they drew eyes. It's not a zoological drawing.
Very, very hard.
This one's very famous. Everyone knows it. People will be looking at that tie on you and thinking, that man is into cryptids. So, what else do you want to know?
Kim said only one.
Of course, dear.
Alright, what's this, tie? Here we go. Slender bolo tie held together by an anti-clasp in the shape of a bird. The skull features 8 cavities for eyes. It's disturbing, but you can't look away. What's our current tie? Current tie gives us shivers, though. Sneak back after Kim goes to bed and talk more cryptids? Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. If they're here still. Hey, I checked your traps.
Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman.
Huh.
What can I do for you?
Gives you a gruff pat on my shoulder. Checked all your traps.
Okay. And?
One of them was empty.
Completely empty?
Yeah, nothing in the trap. No locust, no
No
phasmid.
locusts? No Phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but
Empty trap was the one at your campsite. Maybe this factors into it somehow?
definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite?
The old woman's face.
Means the Insulindian Phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning. You should correct them.
Of course, more clever.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps. Make them more secure.
Another trip to the reeds.
Yeah, it's a great hunter.
Of course. Be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture.
Oh, fuck.
Stands. Okay?
I didn't mean to be sarcastic. I was just like, yeah, I was trying to be supportive. Fuck.
Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol.
It's like playing like what was it, like Mass Effect 2 or something, where they have like the 3 dialogue choices, which are like good, you know, the good boy choice, the like neutral choice, and like the bad choice. But they what was it, Mass Effect, that like in development called them something else, So then when the game actually released and they like changed the name of them, so then people would pick options and then the character would freak out and then people would be like, wait, what the fuck? Like, and be all confused because they like kind of changed something on how it worked. And so then your character would just never actually say what you wanted them to say. So you would pick like an option, you're like, oh yeah, this sounds good, and then your character would just be like screaming at someone and you're just like, wait, what the It was super annoying. I think it was Mass Effect way back when. Basically had to like save scum every conversation.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Damn it, Lieutenant. Have you no intellectual curiosity?
Oh, fuck, we lost a point because we insulted him? I didn't even mean to insult him. God damn it. Alright, 92%.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed. As though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
I think it was Kuno.
A little hooligan. But what would a child want with bags?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
Aw, fucking Kuno.
Delinquents. My favorite.
Doesn't sound like it's his favorite, though.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary?
What?
We're getting somewhere here.
Is Gary gonna die?
Suzerainty, but...
What is that? It's my last chance to talk to Gary. That's suspicious.
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs.
He looks at his tea.
Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologise, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
What's gonna happen to Gary? Why is it because we left his door open? And so then he's gonna, like, flee town or something? Or is he gonna just, like, go home and die?
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there.
Okay. We got a point. I've been really liking having high these, and having these up is pretty good. I hate drama, rhetoric, persuasion, intellectual discourse. I really like having logic, visual calculus. There's also perception. Interfacing has been coming up a lot. It's also a 6. I'm gonna go rhetoric. It's for absolutely no reason. Not gonna spend too much time worrying about my stats. I'm just gonna play the game, figure it out. Let's see if Gary has anything to add.
Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm sure glad to be back from that little excursion. I mean, officers.
Should we tell him about his apartment? He's fascist, how much do we really care? Yeah, I guess you're right, fuck Gary. He was rude as shit to us. He was, like, openly racist to Kim as we walked up. It was, pretty fucking bad. Alright, let's go talk to Kuno, our best boy. I have no idea how to get up here, where she is. Oh boy. Save here in case I die from this altercation with Kuno.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad.
Oh,
Kuno
fuck.
doesn't give a fuck about anything. Kuno doesn't.
Empathy with Kuno? Can we hit that? 17% is pretty low, but we might be able to boost it somehow. Let's see. Anything with empathy? I think we have something. Yeah, these shoes. Empathy shoes, yeah. Then do we lose empathy from anything? We gain an empathy from this. Nope. Alright. Anything else we can hold in our hand for more empathy? No? Okay. Alright, Kuno.
Like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out.
What
I
a
have to get more out of him.
what a bust a murderer.
Be useful.
Fuck no. What are you? Fucking mentally handicapped?
Yeah.
No, they've almost made you a snitch now.
Ease off, see? Kuno always takes the bullet over the hammer.
Damn.
He'd rather die than work with the justice system.
Alright, what about the locusts?
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame.
Shut up, see?
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison.
Hold on, no one is lame here. What happened?
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack? You should check it out.
Alright.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
The shack. Also, put our shivers back on, right? Oh no, composure versus empathy. -1 side fair. I'm just gonna leave it as that. Wait, we gain electrochemistry from this? Why are we wearing these pants? Kingdom of Conscious pants? Perception shoes? Am I able to just, like, shove something in my Kingdom of Conscience for free now? No? I just get an extra slot? That's kind of stupid. I need another pair of pants. Is this? Is that a hat? Hat. Yeah, whatever. I guess we'll take the electrochemistry. Into the Kuno shack. Empathy shoes are reference to saying walk them out on someone else's shoes. Yeah, they like actively made that kind of statement when we picked them up. It's crawling with locusts.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air. The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows. Like skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising. Accommodations for their insectoid inhabitants.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case.
Kent looks around, writes something in his notebook, and turns to
The
you.
locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
Precisely, Kib.
Yes. I feel we are nearing a real breakthrough.
Do you think the Phasmid's nearby?
If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The Phasmid did not take the bait from the traps. It was Kuno. The Phasmid doesn't exist.
Kuno's the Phasmid?
But what do I know?
Use your powers of deduction. You knew the magic bug was nowhere near here. The Phasmid is impairing your judgment.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
Alright, now there's like a chittering sound in there. I mean, when you're trying to, like, research, like, not research, but investigate something in, like, a small community like this, getting people who are part of that community to like you, to help you, potentially, is a thing. Sound of melting snow dripping off the roof. It's strange. Hello. What is this? That's super far away.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad?
Alright.
Yeah. Kuno took the bugs. So what?
So you say you don't give a fuck about bugs, then you build a whole bug town?
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Stop!
She wails from behind the fence, then buries her face in her hands.
You stop. It's like their fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage.
There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost too big for his The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort.
I like City of Rage.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist? Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno, Kuno.
I'm something of an artist myself.
Oh my god, Kuno. He's gonna make you totally lame in like 3 seconds. Let him, Kuno.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free.
He tears at the button of his shirt, trying to rip them open. They don't give away.
Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
A leaden silence fills the yard.
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window.
Oh, come on, no one's taking you away.
Without a word, she disappears entirely behind the fence. For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face.
Oh, is this important?
You got him. Now convince him to leave the cryptozoologist's traps alone.
I need you to stop.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. C was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno. She doesn't know whether to be glad because Kuno is finally convinced of the lameness, or more worried because of his continued use of the first person singular. Kuno is Kuno, not I.
What does City of Locusts mean?
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck.
Turns his face up to the heavens.
Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
What's gonna happen to the locusts?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Alright.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
Insulindian Phasmid.
He recognizes the name.
Wait, you know about that?
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
Kuno's the Phasmid. I think I'm right. It's his dad or something. Kuno promise to stop, report your findings. Alright. I think I screwed up a dialogue thing there ever so slightly. But is what is.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
Kudo promised.
It was just a child.
Crestfallen.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
Phasmid doesn't give a shit.
She acts chipper, but something's changed in her tone. A hidden worry.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
Is dude dying of COVID?
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
How hot is 38 degrees in Celsius?
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season when it's warmer.
That's just something people tell themselves when they fail.
Come too far to quit!
We are getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Fine. It's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
He wants to see this tale through, as much as you. Otherwise, he'd have stopped this already. But he cannot let it drag out after this.
Really? It's too much, officer.
Jeez.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
He nods to her husband.
These are fresh fractured locusts. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but...
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does.
Alright, whatever. Fuck you, electrochemistry. We don't give a shit. Alright, so we still have that. Restock the trap you left empty. The trick is to remember which one it was. What? And then we got... Box full of locust. Cardboard box with several rows of little holes in the lid. Though at first glance the box seems perfectly ordinary, upon closer inspections obviously it's been prepared with great care. Yeah, how many Kelvin is that, Kel? Okay, so now we gotta go all the way back to the map over here. And we gotta trudge off to the other Phasmid thing.
The trap stands empty near the reeds. No insect sounds or movement around. Only the reeds' apprehensive hissing.
Please.
The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Good, now that's done. When do you think we will return to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation? Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
Get him. Alright. Oh, I gotta go all the way back to there. What are we even supposed to be doing for the murder investigation? This? Oh, this tonight. This is never gonna happen. That one's... Keep your eyes open. This isn't gonna happen today. We did this. That'll happen tomorrow. We talk to everybody who I think we can talk to, so, like, I don't know. Still, we have no idea. The only thing we actively can do right now is this. And then we'll do this one at 21, so we're close to being able to do that one. Started watching Aqua Teen over the weekend, starting at season 1. Dude, season 1 of that show is a bit rough, though. At least in my opinion. Well, like, the first episode's the fucking... That's the one with, like, the bunny, isn't it? The big bunny robot? Yeah, the first half. Yeah, I hate that episode.
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
Restock the trap.
Thank you for doing that, dear.
He manages to smile for you.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
It's, probably for the best. It's awfully cold out there in those reeds.
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
Her voice is shaky. What is going on here?
Who's gonna check on the traps?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
Once more onto the breach then. Come on, Kim.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
Lena.
Different? How?
Half moons of her glasses reflect you as she looks up at you.
Answering a question with a question, for example. Defensive isn't her usual style.
None of these end with a question. Oh, she, her. You're not telling me the whole story.
I'm not. It's not that.
Doesn't know how to end the sentence. What is it?
It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer.
Uh-oh.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream? Seeing the Insulindian Phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
But Morel.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
But you seemed like you thought it was real.
No, sweetie. There's more to it than that. Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the Phasmid's existence, that I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years, his belief made me believe too. But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
Yeah, this one, that's too low. You're not sure you made it up either.
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart. Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock. before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
I'm gonna check the traps again.
Really?
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel.
Just in case.
Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle Road, Jamrock, but...
Are you sure you don't need help getting the Garys?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
Be careful.
You too, sweetie. Thank you for everything, truly.
Task updated.
Though it turned out to be
A waste of time. A lie. A fool's hope. Say like that, she drives off. The gas engine
Jeez.
quietly as she gets to the doors.
Those were really loud.
Pushes them open. Outside, the cold coastal wind blows.
I wasn't talking about her chair when she said gas powered. Yeah, because she's been eating nothing like beans like you, John.
We should go too.
Yeah, Kim, we gotta go back out there and check for phasmids. I'm going back out there to check for phasmids again. Just like to spite Kim. Also, we have the time. Since I'm not gonna like get those signatures for Evan Hart or whatever. So, we'll just do this, then fast travel back to the church and head up to those apartments. The beams are splintered, the bridge didn't collapse on its own, artillery broke it, okay. I was just getting that because I like put a point into something, and so things are starting to pop up more.
A few locusts trudge along the wall of the trap. The rest are piled in a heap in the corner, dead. No Phasmid anywhere.
Damn it. Check all the traps. Heading south, northeast, I guess.
The trap is filled with dead and dying locusts. Most of them aren't moving anymore. You still can't see a Phasmid anywhere.
Dang it. I think I'm gonna come back to this one tomorrow and the Phasmid's gonna be there. That's my bet. Because they had all those shivers things about the hissing of the reeds and stuff. Right. Oh no, it's just gone off my list. Rip.
Just dead and dying locusts, and the slow swaying of surrounding reeds.
What's the tastiest bug you've ever eaten? I tried, I think, like, the cooked cricket or grasshopper snacks. I think once. I think Kelly had some at her apartment at one point. For whatever reason. Right, Kel? Is that true? Didn't we have those once? Like flavored bug snacks? At your apartment way back when, didn't we like have a bag of them at one point? And you like couldn't eat them because it like made you squeamish? Or am I remembering something different? You don't think you did? Alright.
The trap is full of locusts, but they seem weak and unhealthy. A few
Alright, no Phasmid. Alright, we'll just head up to that dude's apartment, I guess. To run over here to the fast travel point. Imagine having an accurate memory. What's this over here? Book. A primer for small kids. Now we got a new book. Alright, cool. So then we can go stay outside that guy's apartment and read it. We got a good thing on this yet?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Conceptualization. We have something for that. Conceptualization clothes. Yeah, we got a jacket. And we got a shirt. That's it. Okay, jacket and shirt. Alright, here we go.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Come on!
Because
Nice.
you see it, finally. This wall is sublime. Look at it. The shadows, the colors.
Alright, let the conceptual joy flow into your pupils and blossom into thoughts in your brain.
All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft, color peeled from the very face of God. O Wallfather.
I gotta paint it.
Huh?
He sounds tired of it all. You already have the heavy fuel oil to use as paint. It's red. And Cindy the Skull has a paintbrush. This is on.
I know you're tired, kid, but we gotta do this.
Mm-hmm. Sure,
Alright, Cindy.
if you must.
This is so stupid. Let's put our fucking weird god powers back on. Oh no, Kim is tired of all of it. Dude, wouldn't you if like some actual like insane person was the one you were following around? Especially now that we know that Kim is kind of respecting us because we're technically a higher rank than him. So like it's pretty bad. Cindy, give me your brush.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
I need your paintbrush.
What for?
Art.
Well, if it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking about?
Yeah, let it go on about it.
Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? No idea. No brush? Fuck off.
Pressure bands, Treebs.
There, Piggy. I guess art just isn't really you. 'Cause you...
Oh, fuck me.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Cool.
So cool.
Where's it coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
He also has to hold back his racism, which is hard for him. Sounds like it's hard for you to hold back your hate for Kim.
Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen, Salam Rocky Baye, badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Huh. Well, we fucked up our dialogue with her, and we won't get the brush, which sucks. Oh no, nah, we didn't. We can try that again. I had to just equip the right clothes, that's right. You like him, even though he's a racist. It's not against me, so if he has other redeeming qualities, they can wash. Try again. Yeah. Let's equip the right stuff. Slap on this boy and this boy.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Actually, you know what? You know what? Quick saving. Oh, it did that thing where they stop existing after a quick save happens. I'll just reload the area, I guess. It's kind of annoying. Live on a shithole, Cindy. You're mean to me. I just wanted to be an artist.
Hello again, officers.
Alright, here we go.
You don't have the skills to execute
Nice.
something like this in practice, but oh boy, the idea's going to blow
Highly detailed
your mind.
skeleton of an ancient bird that went extinct 100 million years ago.
She squints her eyes.
Then I'm going to paint it red using heavy fuel oil, and then I'm going to fucking light it on fire.
On fire.
It's the Phoenix, get it? What do you say?
Sod off. You don't have the technical skills to do that.
I thought you'd like my idea.
I like your idea. Should have thought of it myself. I don't need this kind of competition in my neighborhood.
Cindy, art.
Then get your brush from fucking art.
Oops, my apologies. I guess I was trying too hard.
How am I supposed to get a brush now?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
God damn it. Where do I get a brush? I'll have to go to the pawn shop, and then I'm gonna have to go to the other guy and see if they have brushes. In the meantime, though, we're gonna change our gear and then actually go to the apartment for the story. Yeah, but she didn't give it to me. She thought my idea was too good, and she didn't give me the brush. So now I can't get the brush? Is that what you're saying? Game over, no brush? Growing glow from the light pollution rises from the east. Your distant traffic, night is falling in the city. If you think we can talk to her still, we can try again after we do this. But we're supposed to come up here around this time to try and get in here.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. No one answers.
We should return in the evening. At 9 p.m. the earliest.
Oh, okay. We got a half hour to kill. I'm gonna read this children's book I found. Textbook for the first grade in primary school. On the cover, a humanoid teddy bear is pushing a wheelbarrow full of letters. Not doing a good job. The letter S is dangerously dangling from the cart, while E's fell off a long time ago. Children should pay more attention.
You hold in your hand the colorful primer. The title reads, "A primer for small kids." There's a bear involved.
Exactly what I need.
This book will show you the score. Get you oriented with those basic concepts you appear to be hazy on. The anthropomorphic bear will give you the lowdown of your life.
Here, one sec.